and be boiled down to 4 minutes. Actually, a little bit longer if we go up there and look at Hanakoa. I don't always fly up into Hanakoa. I hate to bother the campers down there. It's very noisy. You fly right over their tents. And then if there's anybody swimming in the base of the falls there, I hate to bother. I'm usually down there just having one of those idyllic moments, swimming, skinny dipping with whomever, or just themselves. That's okay as well. These are called the Honolulu Sea Caves. There's a lot of sea caves along this section of the Nepali. You don't see them from the trail. The best advice I can give if you're interested in exploring these sea caves is to charter one of the boats out of Honolulu. They specialize in taking you into those caves. Make sure you ask them. Make sure you do it on a day where it's not so much like this. This is not a good day because it's a little choppy, and I think not a lot of boats going in there right now. So they might take you just on the opening and not inside. You want to go inside. That's Hanakapiai Beach out the right side, and if you wanted to hike from KA to Hanakapiai, first 2 miles of the Colorado Trail don't require the permit. And it's a little bumpy out here as well now. Wind's coming around KA Point and the beach there along the North Shore, so a little buffeting. Let's see, the wind right now is about 20 knots. That's what's causing that chop. It's actually picked up a little bit as the day progresses. So we'll just continue our turn. We'll roll out here so we can get a nice big wide view of the Nepali coast. Pretty much from Milili'i, where we beached out, all the way to KA. KA is as far as you can drive. It's also a pretty good place to swim. It's got a protected lagoon there. That's why it's usually a little calmer than some of the other swim spots along the North Shore. So, very popular. Only downside is the parking. A little hard to get parking.
It looks so different from up here than it does when you're in the water.
Yeah. We like to go there, but it is the furthest beach that we drive to here on the island. Next to perhaps maybe Palahali Beach, and we go here more than we do Palahali Beach because Palahali Beach, you know that it's hard to get in the water there. It's got a really hard shore break usually, even on semi-nice days. But KA is always pretty nice, especially in the summertime. And you've got tunnels, a little more exposed, so a little more susceptible to the surf.
That's where I was snorkeling there.
Yeah, it's a nice place to snorkel and swim, especially in the summertime. Also pretty popular for surfing as well. Now we do stay offshore here until we get up to Lumahai, and that's because of the communities along the North Shore here. We try to not fly over the houses. I was looking at a tax map of this whole area, and I noticed a lot of these homes over here in Hyanna are listed as LLCs, or limited liability corporations. Some of the homes down there are pretty pricey, but most of them are pretty modest looking houses from here. I've been told that the average price of a house is about $2.3 million down there. And then you can see now Wainiha, the homes go up about 2 miles up Wainiha Valley. Just above the last house or the power plant, above the power plant, that property is owned by the Bishop, or by the Robinson family. The Bishop Estates owns this property here, so there are no houses here. See that? They lease the property to the taro farmers. So we're going to beach in here. Hanalei Alpha Flight in Princeville. The dragon's snout, his head, his neck, his body. Follow his body up. On this side there is the bifurcated tail, see it? And then beyond the bifurcated tail, 2 stubby little legs coming out of his back. That's Puff, the magic dragon. You can only see it from the air. Taro fields, it looks a little bit like rice. Grows in the same conditions, but Taro is a plant that was brought here by the Polynesians when they migrated to the Hawaiian Islands, and it was used to make a substance called poi. Poi was a very important food source for the early Hawaiians. They ate it much like we would eat rice or potatoes. It's a starchy paste. They would make it fresh every day, made from the root of the taro plant, and it's one of those plants they now call canoe plants. So all the plants that the Polynesians brought when they migrated are called canoe plants. There's about 27 of them. And just to name a few that I was a little surprised to find out were not native to the Hawaiian Islands, the coconuts. I would have thought coconuts would have already been here, but no, the coconuts not here until Polynesians brought them. And that's because of the isolation of the islands. The islands, the plant diversity here rather limited. Only about 1,400 different plant species here before people started coming here. That's because of how isolated the islands are. They're considered the most isolated archipelago in the world, furthest from any other landmass. So anything that came here had to float, fly, or swim. No interior mammals here on the islands at all. So the Polynesians brought with them the chickens and the Polynesian pigs and dogs, those 3 animals. Maybe the occasional stowaway rat. Coming around the corner, that is Mount Maunalakama off our right front, obscured by the clouds, so the summit obscured by the clouds. But you can see about the lower half of the waterfall, or 2/3 of the waterfall, I should say, descending out of the cloud.
May it be an evening star, shine